Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chud Avenger here again with your patch 9.5 rundown. Again, I'm sorry for the late upload. If you follow my Twitter, as you know, I had an exam that I wasn't quite confident in, so I decided to take the day off and study as much as I could. But I'm back, and here's the video. Let's get into it. So you have the Kayle Morgana rework pop in this patch. They don't seem much different to me. Kayle is definitely pretty different, but I don't think she's strong by any means. If you know what Riot normally does, what's going to happen is she's going to come out, she's not going to be useful in lane, strong enough to get out of lane phase, and they're going to overbuff her, and then she's going to become obnoxious, and then she'll be obnoxious for like 3 patches, and then they'll nerf her into the ground. Welcome to the League of Legends. Morgana, they didn't do fucking anything. They mildly changed her passive for her ultimate. I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed as a Season 1 and 2 Morgana 1 trick. I really would like to see them make her either a support or a mid laner. The W doesn't make any sense for support. You get a little bit of baby poke, it doesn't do anything. And it's great for wave clear if you're playing her mid lane, but as a support, they need to focus her either one way or the other. I don't like her right now in general. She just seems like an E bot. You throw your Q, if you land it, you guys can win a team fight, and you use E on your carries and good timing. And that's pretty much Morgana. I mean, you can line up an R, but people are so mobile these days. Maybe the speed buff helps her. I don't know. I'm really disappointed with the Kayle Morgana reworks. If you want more in depth, go check out Red Mercy or LS's content on them. They both did pretty in-depth analysis of what they think Kayle is going to be. Both of them kind of ignored Morgana, but either way, I'm sure probably Philo and them have it as well. The Akali got buffed back into place, so her passive duration was increased. This is pretty big. So her W Twilight Shroud, to extend the duration, you only need to step out and back in once, and you get the full duration extension, which is pretty good for her. Also, turrets don't automatically reveal you if you're within sight range. They only reveal you if you're in attack range, which gives you a little more outplay potential with Akali's W. I don't have an issue with this. Akali was super broken. Then they nerfed her to the ground. She had like a 38 or 43% win rate, something awful. And now they're bringing her back in line. She's got a little more damage at the start of her E, a little less damage to the backside of her E. Um, that's cool. She might be able to pick people off with this little bump and was it 10, 15? Yeah. So this little bump in damage here it's 30, but you really would more so look like here, which is a 20 damage buff. That's not bad. Um, you don't max Shuriken flip, so you're really only gonna see maybe this having an effect in your gameplay immediately. And then they also shaved some time off of her cooldown. I'm okay with that. They destroyed that champion, and it was a little bit of overkill. Like I said, Riot Games. Neeko, they just simplified this. It has a higher duration on the first champion now than it did before at all times, and then it's the same duration on the second champion. You don't really have to worry about passing it through minions. Also, they fixed a bug where it was disarming enemies. Was not supposed to do that. Rakan got a W damage and dash speed increase. He's still not great. They gave him a little bit of damage here, something like 20-ish, 10-ish, and then yeah, 20 at max rank, and then 100 increase on his missile speed, I guess you would call it. Dash speed is what they call it, but missile speed of a projectile essentially in the game. Um, they hurt him really bad with the nerfs. You saw some people play him in LCK immediately after nerfs, but only with Xayah. I still think he's an only with Xayah pick. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just feels he doesn't feel good right now. I'll have to play the 1500 speed and give you my opinions on it. I don't think this is enough to make him an any pick support anymore again. Skarner, so these are Skarner buffs. Spire radius increased, red buff Spire now covers Krugs and Raptors on both sides of the map. Spires removed from minimap. So what this means is he gets the buff all throughout his jungle and during invades if he has with the Spire controlled. And by doing so, you give Skarner more invade potential, more utility to get clear because he has movement speed. Uh, I think this is good for him. I don't know that it's great. They nerf jungle repeatedly, so a lot of junglers are weak. So I could see him coming back in the meta, not because he's strong, but because the rest of the junglers are getting weaker. Um, I like this. I don't hate Skarner. I don't like Skarner, honestly. He's kind of annoying when he flash R's, but he's not super OP. I don't hate this. I think this is okay. Also with the whole they don't give vision anymore when you capture them. So that advantage slash disadvantage that it created in the game is gone. I always didn't like that like you're automatically spotted essentially for working for an objective. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, but I think this is okay. By attack speed growth decreased, passive cooldown increased, but W now reduces it. Q ratio decreased, no longer deals reduced damage through W. Attack speed increased. Oh, through damn. What the fuck? I can't speak English. Pass through damage. W attack speed increased. E AoE can crit now crit. R cooldown. Damage knockup slash knockback increased. No longer deals reduced pass through damage. Blah 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 blah. So your passive shield, your shield got nerfed in cooldown, but your W reduces it. You got a 5% increase to the shield, so it's a redistribution of power essentially. Your Q does a little less damage overall, but it does have it does no longer have reduced damage to minions or non-champions, if you will. So your clear will be faster. The denting blows. So they nerfed her attack speed growth, but they gave her an increase in attack speed on her W. So maybe people level W second here now, because it also reduces your passive. Maybe you see Blood Razor, or what is his item? I'm just gonna call it Blood Razor. Blood Razor Vi. I don't know. This is the changes. I don't know. I mean, I think they're good because they're giving a little more, I guess, a little more durability with the 5% increase on that. And then your E can crit. So I'm sure you're gonna see some troll. The IE Static Shiv builds. Maybe Static Shiv works, but I definitely don't want to see IE Vise in my game. But I'm sure that some people are gonna mess around with it. And then your R actually got a little bit of a nerf in the cooldown, but it gave and the damage, but it gave a little more CC. So I think Vi is more useful in more situations. I'm not sure what her build path is to utilize all these changes to the way in which her W and E and passive work together with the crit, the attack speed increase, and the need for proccing this to get your passive on cooldown. Maybe you see attack speed Vi coming into the mix. I don't know. That seems weird to me, but hey, that seems like the best way to utilize this change. I really hope I don't see IE Vise. It's not good. I'm telling you right now, it's not good. But it can do stuff, just like AP Shyvana. It could one shot like half your team if she got a good E. So that'd be funny, I guess. Anyway, Relic Shield line. They nerfed the healing on Relic Shield to try and bring other supports into the meta. Um, I understand the reason because they talked more about late game than they did about laning phase, but it makes sense to me to nerf the healing because I mean I play All Star. You literally can eat if you take, especially if you take biscuits, which is the cheap way to go. It's super rude because you can just take all the harass you want to set up some sort of a gank and then just heal yourself back up and be at half or full health in the lane again. I'm okay with this. The healing nerfs weren't massive, and they distributed them out more based on your missing health, so it's not quite so bad. Stormrazor buffs, I'm okay with it. Stormrazor's not really a great item in the meta right now. I would like to see it come in the meta because I think the additional increase to the range you get on rapid fire and the additional increase to the damage you get on Stormrazor is a cool idea. So any buffs to this item I'm okay with. I would like to see it be more useful. It's a bug fix that's been around for a while. They finally chopped it down to 2.5 seconds on Aftershock. I don't know that that makes it less effective. I still think they should make it scale off of your resistances already. Maybe early game leave it alone and have it scale later in the game off your resistances specifically instead of flat resistances. Better so that people like Lissandra and Galio can't abuse it as much when they're building full AP. I think that having Aftershock on full AP champions in lane phase is unbelievably obnoxious. They keep nerfing champions instead of nerfing the rune. I would really like to see Aftershock changed in some manner that makes it less obnoxious. LS actually mentioned I want to say it was either Twitter. Yeah, it was on Twitter. I saw him talking. One of the Riot Balance team members posted like no, it was Blastoise. He posted like his infographic of what the intended changes were for the next patch, and LS commented underneath it saying a list of things. But one of the things I saw that I thought stuck out to me was make Aftershock less effective for ranged champions, which wouldn't help the Galio situation, but Lissandra is still quite obnoxious with Aftershock, so it's not a bad idea. I'm not sure what to do with the rune other than make it more scaling oriented as opposed to giving flat based off your own bonus resistances. Conqueror. The Conqueror nerfs we've seen through the patch, I think have brought it back in line. It was really obnoxious when it first came out. It was way too strong. I think it's in line right now. I've played against it a lot. Sometimes it feels really bad, but that's only when the person who's diving on you has gotten a big lead from their lane. I think Conqueror is okay right now. I don't think it needs any more nerfs. Maybe it'll see some redistribution to the healing. Not sure, but it seems fine to me right now. Cut down. Making it more competitive with Coup de Grace and Last Stand, I disagree. I don't think anyone takes this rune. I could be wrong. Maybe if you're going against a team of 3 tanks, or I don't know, the lane dominance that Coup de Grace gives you and the synergy it gives you with a lot of champions kits, I think is better in almost every case than Cut Down. But I'm sure there's niche champions that use it, so a buff to it doesn't matter. I think that the only way that they could bring Cut Down into meta would be by nerfing either buffing it to the point where it's broken or nerfing Coup de Grace to the point where Cut Down's just better, which is never a good way to balance. To just nerf everything that's strong is not a good way to balance. I don't mind this buff. Maybe they should redistribute it a little bit. Maybe they should change power on it. I'm not sure what to do with that. Cho'Gath, E damage increased. Cool, I guess. Lane phase helps a little bit because you're getting, this little bit of damage. But if you're getting 3 autos off, it stacks. You're not playing Cho'Gath for damage usually. You're playing him to have a giant meat shield who has true damage on his ult. This is an unnecessary change. It's cool. Helps his lane phase. I don't hate it. Doesn't do a great deal. The E magic resist increase on Mundo. I think you just doubled down on what Mundo's good at, which is absorbing magic damage. So if you're a Mundo main out there, congratulations. You're now even more of a tanky jerk. It's you can eat more magic damage. Congratulations. You just doubled down on what his kid already did. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's okay with me. Gangplank buff. I don't think it's enough. So they increase his damage on his barrels to champions and also a little bit of his damage on cannon barrage. I don't know what Gangplank needs to come back into the meta to be a oppressive force. I think it's just a matter of everyone else is substantially more mobile or more tanky than him. I mean, you can always have those huge powder keg plays where you destroy a whole team with them if you're ahead, but like he's not even the best. Excuse me. He's not even the best abuser of Klepto anymore. Like Klepto Gangplank probably still gets murdered by Klepto Victor in the top lane, and Victor's not even sort of a top laner anymore. So I don't know. I think it's an okay buff. I like seeing this champion in the meta because he's a skill cap champion. He's a high skill cap champion that takes thought to play as opposed to someone like Mundo. I would much rather see Gangplank rise into competitive play in the high elo rather than see Mundo or Cho'Gath in it. It's just my personal preference. Graves got 3 AD. Congratulations. Pat yourselves on the back, junglers. You can tickle stuff harder. Jhin, Q attack damage increased. Very small, 0.05 increase at all ranks. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I guess with the crit changes, maybe Jhin is lagging behind the other ADCs. I pretty much only ever see Ezreal Lucian. You might see a Kai'Sa or a Jinx sneak in. Maybe a Caitlyn once in a while. I haven't seen Jhin in a long time. So, sure, bring him back. The Q, so you're losing health in general base stats, and you're getting your decrease in your healing. I don't know why I can't talk today. You're gonna decrease in your healing. You're gonna feel this for sure if you're a new player. That's 20. I mean, 30, all the way up to 35. Or no, I can't. All the way up to 40. Jesus. Yeah, so you're gonna notice it. The fact that you start with 20 less health and at the max rank, you're gonna get 40 less health back. I don't know that that makes him worthless or weak. He definitely still has the potential to be a giant meatball and sit in the middle of a fight and heal himself and just absorb a great deal of damage and also dish out a lot of CC. That's okay with me. I don't enjoy playing against a Nunu and him having 13 HP and then him pressing Q and having 70% HP all of a sudden. It's really obnoxious. Passive crit chance level cap increased late. I like this because now with the 50%, like they say it here actually, he won't need to overload on more than 2 items to overcap. He isn't forced to overcap his crit, so he's more efficient. So it gives you a plethora of build paths open up for him. He can get a new item here and there. So I like it because Trinimir's been pretty weak for quite a while. You can see that with a lot of the Trinimir 1 tricks being more that are usually in the Challenger and I guess Grandmaster now stage or floating around like D2, D3. And you can make the argument, oh, they shouldn't be 1 tricks, whatever. Don't care. I'm just talking about a testament to what the state of the champion is. Yeah, I like this. I'm okay with opening up a little more build options for champions. I think it's annoying when champions get funneled into singular build paths. It deprives them from interesting gameplay. W heal increase, early decrease, late ratio heal, blah 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 blah. Fucking Sylas. I don't know why they're still messing with him. I think he's an early game champion. That's my opinion on him. Every time I play with the Sylas, they stomp lane, or they get murdered by the jungle, or they don't auto play the champion. Either way, by 25, 30 minutes, they start to fall off, and then by 35 minutes, they're almost always useless. The tank build can be good. It's Sylas, man. I don't know. I played against him enough times now that like if you know how to play against him in lane and you know how to play around his cooldowns and how to not eat his stuns and not overcommit when he's obviously gonna heal, I don't think he's that crazy. I think he's totally fine in the state that he's in. I don't think he needs any more reworks. I don't think this is necessary, but whatever. Yorick maiden damage and Mark proc damage decreased. So Yorick nerfs, I understand them. I don't hate or love them. I think it's okay. I think Yorick was in an okay state. He's pretty oppressive if he gets a lead, but he also doesn't feel great when you absolutely put him on the ground. Yeah, I'm okay with the nerfs because I have seen Yorick take over games a number of times, so that's fine with me. No big deal. They're not huge nerfs either. I mean, yeah, they're not huge nerfs. A 1% chunk off at the last point. Yeah, 2%'s pretty tough early, but I'm okay with it. This is obnoxious. Apparently Rek'Sai was doing double damage with his R if you flashed it, which is hilarious and obnoxious. Then there's some ARF changes. I don't care. ARF stupid. I don't enjoy it. Sorry guys. Skins and chromas. Arclight brand. Look at that. I don't know. Looks okay. That's cool. That's a super cool chroma. I don't like the base one though. That one's okay. These two are definitely really cool though. Viridian Kale, Chroma coming out. Wings look cool. Skin looks whack. Blackthorn Morgana. I'm cool with Morgana. That's the shit. I love some Morgana. At least I don't love playing her anymore, but she holds a special place in my heart forever. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you for the view. I'll leave a link to the patch notes in the description. All of my social media, including and also my Twitch page, is in the description. If you have anything you think I missed, feel free to let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much.